Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever time of day this is for you. Morning for me, about 9:30. Welcome, it's me, Wingish Nibe, Majeki Clay. Yep, that sweet grass water medicine woman, your friendly freaky ass medicine woman. Also Christiana Carr, Chris Carr, superstar. All this beautiful divine being right here. Welcome, you beautiful divine beings, right here too. It's taken me about an hour just to figure out what I'm doing, set this up, let me get this over here, let me put that over there, let me, right, my memorial wall over here, my backups, all of them, my Uncle Ronnie, my Uncle Roy, my Auntie Catherine, my cousin Vicky, you can't see my nanny Harper, she's up there too, I know my nanny Taylor's with me too, my grandma Carr, I feel them all around me. Auntie Ann and Uncle Doug. And these are deaths in my family aside from Uncle Ronnie and Aunt Catherine. Where's my Uncle Doug and Auntie Ann and Cousin Vicky. Within 6 months of each other, I believe. And then my nanny had a stroke. Actually, my nanny T had the stroke before Vicky fell. My Uncle Roy, it's just been a few years. My big brother Ray. My Aunt Gladys, who's still with us in BC, but she'd had a stroke almost a year exactly after my nanny did. Nanny Harper. I mean, my nanny Taylor. She was there with me to go to my nanny Harper's funeral, and that was just in 2016. So it's part of that life and death cycle. I mean, I'm at that age now. We all are. This is where, right, our ancestors, they're getting up there. It's their, it's their time. Divine timing, not ours. But we're going through lots of changes and shifts. I mean, nothing's ever going to be the same again. Is that a bad thing? We get to choose what we label that as. Change happens. How do we deal with that? I was thinking I'll do a spread to go into the weekend, right? I'll do a little bit of a bigger spread, but I thought maybe the Sacred Mountain. So I'm going to read you what the Sacred Mountain spread is. And then I'll hold it up if you want to take a screenshot, if you want to maybe try that if you do a similar thing with yourself. So just positions of the cards, and it's just giving the meanings, assigning those meanings, and then the cards will fall themselves into those places. But is it the cards? It's not the cards, right? It's well, I don't know how it works. I just know that it does. I know that there is beautiful messages that come through, and that our Creator will get them to us in any way we'll listen, right? So, I don't know, whatever that is for you. So, Sacred Mountain is a place of inner knowing and proper perspective. The sacred mountain of our ancestors is not a physical place. It is a place of balance that exists within the sacred space of each individual. To reach this place of wisdom and enlightenment, balanced with faith, trust, and innocence and courage, you must climb the mountains and hills of your own limitations and conquer the fears that keep you from knowing. It doesn't say conquer any other man or anything, like conquer the fears. When the challenges are many and the path is crooked, you may feel confused or temporarily lost. In such times, the Sacred Mountain Spread is the tool that will aid you in seeing the truth from the perspective of the ego, in freedom and from above. The overall significance is clearly put into perspective. This spread is what I call a working spread, because you must climb to the top using your own courage and strength rather than being carried by someone else. If the going is getting tough and you are willing to confront the limitations you have set in your own path, this is the spread to use. The first 4 cards represent the areas of creativity open to you where you have set a limitation or denial. The Sacred Mountain card is the reward at the end of the climb, or the gift you will attain by completing the journey. So I'll do this if you want to dig for your records, if you want to try this with your own cards or whatever that is for you. So then you can have a list of the positions and their meanings. All right, did you want to take a snap of the description then too? There you go. Issa for you. All right, and this is the Sacred Path cards by Jamie Sams. All right, and that would be these ones. Oh, I got the smoke signal, the intent. What are you intending here? Okay, so let's get into that Sacred Mountain spread. Right, releasing all that we're not. I'm going to take this off. Whew, I don't like to be overheating. I'm thinking maybe sometimes, maybe I'm going into hot flashes, maybe night sweats. I don't know. Maybe a combination of things, right? It's not just one thing. Above. Well, we're not there yet. Above. We're not to that point yet. Let me just give these a little mix up here. And we'll call in all of our directions. What's that down there? The butterfly. We're all going through this transformation. Getting that touch with that wisdom within. Wisdom within. We've all got it. Okay, so now calling in all of our energies from the east, the path of illumination and clarity, place of fire, place of man. Calling back all of our energies from the south, the waters, the emotions, place of child, the innocence. Calling back all of our energies from the west, that's the earth, the physical, the woman, place of introspection. Excuse me. Calling back all of our energies from the north. That's the wisdom years, the air, the mental. And we walk on red road. Our earth walk goes from south. That's the childhood up into the north. The adult years where we learn to retreat. We can't just keep going. As kids, we just keep going. Where does that energy come from? We don't realize we need to retreat, to rest. We think we can just keep going. We think kids can just keep, they burn out. We drop hard. We can't keep pushing like we did when we were younger. That's the wisdom of that, right? We get up to those wisdom years, and we are grateful for all that we had. We are grateful for this life that we had, for all the lessons that we learned, whether we liked them or not, right? What didn't kill you made you stronger. That's something when we're praying the wisdom, and then we learn not to pray for strength, because then, right, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So if you want strength, then we're going to set ourselves up for things that makes us stronger. Let's have the courage to face those. So there's a wisdom. We learn then what we pray for. Then we're careful of what we wish for, right? Careful of what you wish, you just might get it. And then when you get it, you might figure out you didn't want it really at all, with something else. Who knows? Blue road of spirit goes east to west and is always with us, just like the sun, right? The field of plenty, the ideas and needs manifested if we tap into that spirit, in that source, that creation of all, whatever you believe it to be. That's how we manifest those ideas and needs. If we see us all as one people, no matter what color, whatever, okay? Not one culture, but we're one people. One species in many, but only one. We're not the only ones, but we're only one in it all. Grander scheme of things. And we're the last in the line. We do well to remember our place. East to the west. There's the introspection and the goals. And that's when we tap into that to see what is the higher plan, what is in the best interest of all. Are our goals for that, or are they just for our own selfish needs, for our own self, and does it benefit the rest? So let's look at that. Let's look at that. We're all responsible for our work inside. It's inside jobs. We do have help. We're not alone with that, right? Spirit's in there with us. Above, below, and within. Okay. I'll spread them, spread them, spread them, spread them, spread them. Now it's time to spread them. We'll spread them, spread them, spread them. Weirdo. I tried to fix my lighting there, but this one lamp won't come across in front, so I try to do something in front and something behind. Let's see. How does that work? Is that better? If I go over here too much, I'm going to go into the shadows. But we need light and dark. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay. Want to line up these Medicine Woman Tarot too. Where are we at? 11:15 it said there. Okay. Okay, we'll get there. I'm just going to line these up like the rest, doing the Sacred Mountain spread. This working spread, the inner knowing, and get proper perspective of what's going on here. What can we do individually that helps on the bigger scheme of things? But, it all begins within, right? We can't control the world. We can only control ourselves. Or can we, really? Can you control yourself? I don't know. Maybe some think they do, and really they don't. I don't know. What is that for you? Right? Above. Below. Dancer in the winds of time. That's what we're coming to. Within. Okay. Set those aside. What is that, right? That's the 21 and 12. This is the World card in the traditional deck. This is the Attainment, the Dancer card, of course, in this Medicine Woman Tarot. Dancer in the winds of time. Are we dancing with it? We taking the steps, right? Dancing in harmony with Mother Nature and all. That we all have enough to share and spare. What is that for you? I do. I'm going to keep that right there. Don't want it to block all the other cards, but that's all right. We're putting that right there. Right there. The World card. Is this what we're looking for? I don't know. Isn't that at the heart of all of us, to be loved and be accepted? Right? Or is it truly all about the power? Because is it that we think if we're in power, then people are going to love us more? What is that? I don't know. You look at that inner self, each individually. And the Sacred Mountain spread, that place of knowing. We have to use our own courage and strength rather than being carried by someone else. How do we do that, right? But there is sometimes, right? I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Sometimes I might need to be carried. Sometimes you might need to be carried. Right? But we don't go to the one that doesn't have the strength to be carried, the one that's already carrying way too much already. Right? And we need to see that for ourselves. If we're taking on too much, we could get resentful. Resentful of those ones that we were trying to help. And then are we really helping because we've taken on more than we could handle? Is that fault of that other person? Right? Do we make promises that, oh no, wait, I didn't think that one through. I couldn't. I used to do that, and I'd spread myself out way too thin because of my desire just to help. And it wasn't about people pleasing, really, for me. In some ways, yes, but it's also in that I've always wanted to live a life to be in service of love, service of Source, God, whatever you want to call it. Always wanted to live a life and be like Jesus, that loving, to love all, to see the goodness in all. We are all one, right? And not to think that I'm above anybody. or that anybody is above me. What is that for you? How does that show up in your life? So this first card appears in the East and signifies the lesson needed to remove any present limitation. This is the place of the golden door that leads to all other levels of awareness. No matter what card appears in this position, you're being asked to look at what you feel you cannot achieve in the card's lesson. Hence, your limitation is made clear for you. So let's look in this Eastern. Put the East on that side. Never eat a shredded wheat. Okay, so that's the East side. Is that East for you? Maybe. Anyways, lesson needed to remove the present limitation. Okay. The wisdom. We need to tap in and see the wisdom. What are we grateful for? The life that we've had, right? We look at what we're lacking instead of seeing all the abundance that we do have. The earth is eternally fertile, right? No one has to go without. We can all dance and celebrate, enjoy this life on this earth. What is it to remove the pleasant limitation? How are we've got these illusions going on that, some are more deserving than others. Some are more essential than others. Some, think they know it all, right? They get too big for their britches. They think they're almighty and all powerful. And when they're at that peak and they think they're the most powerful, that's when it's shown to them. Look at us. We think we have control. We think we need to do population control on our own. Well, we could do wars and stuff like that, but look at what a tsunami can do. Look at what those hurricanes can do. Earthquakes, whatever. Did we do that? No, that's the earth. So let's get past the illusion. Okay, we are a little blip. We're a little speck of dust in the whole grander scheme of things. And we could be grateful that we're here to enjoy this. Right? And live. See past the illusion that there's not enough to go around. See past the illusion that there's only a little bit. That we must fight. We must fight. There's some that are worse than others. Whatever. Right? What's civilized and what's not civilized? Who's more intelligent? We're not. Let's see past those illusions. It's not competition. We're not here to compete. We're all loved just as we are, fully, holy, and true. And we're all needed, just as we are, fully, holy, and true. What's that say to you? What does that say to you? See past the illusions. See past the illusions. Who are you? Right. Ow. Ah! We're not the almighty, all-powerful. There are things that are way bigger than us that we cannot understand, that our brains are so to be able to contain. They can't. To be able to fathom that, we can't. We need to tap into that universal source. Maybe, I don't know. What is that for you? And we're just going to move back to the earth. So how are you limiting? Are you great for all those things? Do you buy into illusions? Do you try to see past those illusions? What is that for you? That's how you move that present limitation in your life. What is it? What is it that you're not grateful for? What is the wisdom you're not seeing in yourself? What is the illusion you keep yourself in? Or you allow yourself to be kept in. What is that, right? Are we looking at that shiny, flashy lights and go, ooh, but not taking that responsibility ourselves? Let's see. What is that for you? Okay? And then the second card appears in the south. And represents the lesson needed to restore your trust. The South card is also where you limit the faith you once had as a child, where you need to handle your ego, or where you need to heal the hurt of being betrayed after you trusted. The second card may also reveal if you have become a whining, childlike victim instead of the courageous child that saw the world as an adventure. Lesson needed to restore your trust. Have you become a whining child or the courageous child? I think adults whine more than children. Whine and complain a whole lot more. Right? They get so focused because they're adults. They think they know. As we get into this adult, we think that we know. We forget what it was like to be a child and that innocence. So let's return to that innocence. What's blocking us from that? We need to restore our trust in ourselves, in humanity, in our source. Whatever that is for you. South. In the south. In the south. In the south. Down in the deep south. Okay. How to restore that trust, right? We need to pray for that inner peace, returning to that source of all, whatever you call it. Right? The prayer for that inner peace, finding that inner peace, getting in touch with that, whether you want to call it prayer, whether you want to call it talking to the universe, putting it all out there, whatever that is. That's how we get, oh my goodness, we got two. Praying to that great mystery. Praying to that goes really stuck together. And embracing the unknown. There's 3 on that south. How to restore that trust? Well, right? We've forgotten that we're part of a much bigger picture. We think, oh, it's all up to us humans. We need to save the world. We need to control others. We need to get the population down. We need to decide who's essential and who's not. No. Embracing that unknown of that, oh, wow. If I let this go, I know spirit. That's much bigger plans. You can see the whole picture. If I trust in that divine, stay calm in my peace and trust that everything is working out in divine and perfect order. Through that chaos comes that order. What is that for you? Embracing that unknown, tapping into that original source. This is where we've lost that connection. Lesson needed to restore the trust. We need to trust in that. And as you do it little by little, you begin to trust it. I did it for parking spots. Right? Go find a parking spot. Little by little. Little by little. Then I trust in that. Okay, God, what do I do here? Okay, source, what do I do here? What are you calling me to do here? What am I to learn from this? Wow. Source lets me know. Source lets me know if I embraced that unknown. Right? But that's what must be done first, right? Embracing that. Seeing that we are a part of this source, all of us. Okay, let me put that down there. Embracing that, seeing, okay, well, I don't know what's out there, but how about I just believe and trust, right? Because that's what that faith is. It's believing even though you're not seeing it, right? I believe there's air there that we're all breathing. I don't see the air. I don't need to see it. It's there. So what is that? So embracing that, because we don't know till we get there. So it's embracing that unknown. That's what that faith is. I'm choosing to believe this with my free will that was given to me. What is that for you? So this is where we've lost track. Have you thought that maybe God betrayed you, right? Okay, well, how come God let this happen? Oh, God just wants to control us. Oh, God himself is a narcissist. We attribute our own, right? We are made in the likeness of our Creator, but yet we make our Creator in the likeness of us. We project all of our own feelings. And that's the danger of intelligence, I guess, huh? The dangers of having these thinking brains that are constantly going. And it's not just our own thoughts. We're subject to all these other thoughts, all these flashes that come in at us. We need to get inside to that source, connect to that inner peace, knowing who we are, seeing past the illusions of who we're supposed to be, who humanity is, and who's the best humans, who's the worst humans. We're all humans capable of it all. We're all made from the same stuff in different compositions, but all the same stuff. All the same stuff. Okay. Whew. The third card appears in the West and points out the lesson needed to find your personal truth. This card may also imply that there is a limitation you have put on yourself regarding your ability to know what is right for you. What is that? In the West, lesson needed to find the personal truths, right? Again, it's general, but it would work for all of us. The lessons we all need to go through to find that personal truth within each of us. Because we're all connected to this source. That's why this is for all of us. This isn't telling futures. It's nothing. It's being able to connect with that source inside. Something that we have all forgotten. Our place here. Last in line of creation. We can be co-creators, but we are not the creators. Whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you. Let's get to your personal truth. This is for everybody. We don't go through this all willy-nilly. We need to feel that. That's that truth. How do we get the records and knowing revealed? We have to go in. We have to go inside. We have to sit with our littles inside. Let them know that it is safe. Let them reveal to us what has blocked us. What is our personal truth? That child knows. It's right there. Everything else is a diversion from it. When we see that, we're focused on everything outside. What's going on in the world? What's going on in the world? What's going on in our own little world? Learning that, because these cycles start on the smaller scales and then they grow out. So how are we going to shift and transmute this shit we're all dealing with now? Is getting in touch with those internal records inside. It's not looking to the outside. Give me the answers. Give me the answers. What do I do? How do I handle this? No, I got to wash my hands. Whatever, right? Build my immunities. Things like that. Whatever that is for you. I don't want to get into political shit, but anything can be made into a political thing. Whatever, right? It's all diversions. All diversions. Let's make it all politics. It's all diversions. Let's take some little bits of truth and rub it in with all the lies. And it's hard to sort that out. But if we keep getting in touch with inside, right, then our knowing is revealed to us too. Knowing when we're being deceived. Knowing when we're being told the truth. We don't even have to know what that is, because we get in touch with those feelings, our gifts inside from these bodies that tell us, that signal us, that pain signals us danger. You know, when we're not feeling right around something, that's letting us know. So if we tune in and listen to our own bodies, it will let us know. That's how our knowing gets revealed. And we know. We don't know how we know, but we know. You know? So that's how that goes. We can each do that for ourselves, but it is that choice. We must make that choice to not be diverted from that anymore. To focus on what is important. And what is that? Oh, that we are all self-sufficient. We can take care of ourselves. We can plant our own food. We don't need to go to grocery stores. And if everybody learns, right? That's the gift the parent gives to the child, is to learn how to take care of itself. In the animal kingdom, they do not. The other animals in this earth do not keep their young, needing them. They know the best thing they can do is teach that child to protect themselves. And that's how they protect them. By teaching them to keep themselves out of danger. By teaching them how to go and get their own food. We humans have this need to be needed. Some of us do. Whatever that is, that everything we do is not just based on survival. No, it isn't. But we're fooled into believing that we need to. That's the diversion. What is that for you? It's how we come to that personal truth. What have you been avoiding? What have you been diverting yourself from? Are you drinking to drown your sorrows? Are you diving into other people's stuff so that you are not facing yours? Are you keeping yourself busy because you can't sit? So that's what we need to do. That's how you get in touch with that personal truth. You got to sift through that shit. Right? See those illusions, right? See that this has made you stronger, that there was a purpose for everything. All the good, the bad, the ugly. But all we learn. We can grow from that. We can choose to, or we can choose to stay stagnant. But are we really? We're going to be getting dragged along. So we're going to go kicking and screaming, or we're going to see our power in the situation, the empower we have. I don't know. The fourth card is the North and represents the lessons that will assist you in acknowledging your personal talents or gifts. If you're taking your gifts, talents, abilities, and material possessions for granted, you may be limiting future gifts from the field of plenty because you shun the beauty of the ones you have. Oh, the field of plenty, that did come up at one point, didn't it? Yeah. You're going to shun the gifts of these if we don't appreciate what we have. That be the truth, huh? That would be the truth. So, lesson needed to acknowledge personal gifts or talents. This is the four, because that's the wisdom years. We're up in that wisdom years. So we need to be grateful. If we're always looking at what we don't have, what we can't do. Oh, I failed. Well, what did you learn from that failure? You got to celebrate failures too. You learned another way of not to do it. Another way that didn't work, right? Whatever that is for you. North. Which one's sticking here? There. And there. Okay. Acknowledge your personal gifts or talents. Right. That expansion, that storyteller. One of the stories you're telling yourself about that life, are they helping you to expand? Or are they keeping you contracting and keeping you in fear? Love expands, fear contracts. All part of the same spectrum. Hate is not the opposite of love. Fear is. So what are you telling yourself? Are you keeping yourself in fear? Or are you letting those stories of others? Are you falling into those illusions? What is that? How do you acknowledge your personal gifts? Are you acknowledging that? Are you aggressive? 29, that reflections. Are you looking at that reflection going, oh, that's in me too? Because we're okay. Well, I didn't want to get angry. I was afraid it hurt people because I saw that anger hurt people. But it wasn't the anger that hurt the people. It was the people hurting the people due to their anger, by their way they are seeing things. We can get aggressive trying to get our opinion out there. Aggressive and sharing our story. You need to hear, this is it. We get hooked up in the one story. We don't get that expansion. Or we get caught up in something that is totally missing the point, but we're aggressively, this is their opinion and we're going to hang on to that. We don't let go to create that expansion. We get caught up in stories. And again, not all stories have the truth. Some stories are metaphorically, they're not meant to be taken literally. But sometimes we're aggressive in fighting for our stories. We're not opening up and seeing. My story is also your story. The human story. We're all part of the same story of creation. No matter what you call it. So why are we aggressively fighting for one view? We're already one people. We should have different languages and different colors and different cultures. That's the beauty of the world. The problem is when an ego gets in there and aggressively says, this is the way it has to be, so kill everybody that doesn't believe the same thing we believe. It's time to end those stories. Look at our stories and histories, right? And acknowledge personal gifts and talents that we're all needed. We're all made unique. We all have a purpose here. Every ant has a purpose in the colony. Every naked mole rat has a purpose, right? Ain't no big fat ones. Those big fat ones that seem to be sitting around doing nothing, right? Oh, we need to kill those big fat ones because somebody doesn't know. They didn't see the whole stories, right? They're just choosing their own beliefs, telling their own story in that, creating illusion to everybody else. Look at these big fat guys. They must go. They're not doing anything. Look at all of us working hard, yet they get the biggest pieces of food. Oh, they're not. Look at them. Okay, we're taking out those big fat naked mole rats, right? Take them out. All of a sudden the rains come. Colony's gone. Because they killed the big fat guys that would plug the holes with their butts. Because they didn't think they were essential. They just sat around. That's what it seemed. They just sat around. Well, they were only needed when the rains came. So they needed that time to fatten up to be able to plug those holes to save the rest of the colony. I don't know. Why am I saying that story? What do you think about that one? What do you think about that one? What does that stir up in you? Like, look at that wisdom. Look at how aggressive we get when we feel we're right. And we go against and we go against and we go against. Ow. We hurt ourselves. We hurt ourselves. And we put ourselves in more danger. Do we? Sink ourselves deeper into illusions. Instead of crying out to that source. God, okay, you have the ultimate wisdom here. What do we do? Huh? How, what? Whatever that is for you, tapping into that earth, whatever that is, it's going inside. Having that look within, peace begins within. It's that inner peace. When we're all finding that within ourselves, why are we going to try and take that from somebody else? I don't know. What's that say to you? Moving on to the Sacred Mountain card. The fifth card, the Sacred Mountain card, represents a lesson needed to find personal freedom. And letting go of the limitations you have placed in your own path, the choices are now clear. The place of inner knowing and balance high on top of Sacred Mountain is now accessible because you have confronted your fear and self-limitation. Now it is time to bask in the beauty of the unlimited view. All responsible for this on our own. So let's see the Sacred Mountain. Sacred Mountain, lesson needed to find that personal freedom. If you're willing to look and release all that is not thee. Sacred Mountain lesson needed to find that personal change. Rites of passions, things need to change. There we go, that 21. Attainment, dancers in the winds of time. Do we hold on? Do we go tripping over each other's feet? Do we... No. How do we react to that change? We're aggressively hanging on, or we're relaxing to let go and embracing that unknown, trusting in the change. Me, I take comfort in change. I do, right? Because for now, not forever. If things are going, for now, not forever. That's why I look forward to that change. Because, you know what? Yeah, sure, some things might feel like, I wish this would never change, but what are we going to learn from that? And when we're in these bad things, we think, I don't ever want anything to change. Well, then we're going to be stuck in these. So changes and rites of passage, we need to do that. That popped into my head. It seems like trauma is a rite of passage to some. I don't know. Was that for you? I don't know. That was just a flash of a thought that came through my head. We're gathering all that we've learned on this trail, on our red road, on our earth walk. We need to gather all that we've learned and release all the shit we picked up along the way and transmute it. We're gathering together, but we start with that inside. We are gathering peaceful people as we all tap into that source and find that inner peace, embracing the unknown of what if we believed there was enough to go around? What if we didn't fight for anything? What if we all shared? What if none of us hoarded? What is that for you? Lesson needed to find that personal freedom. Look at the changes you've gone through. how much stronger you are. You know, those things you didn't think that you were going to survive, and you did. You're here. You're you. You're braver and stronger for it. You've passed on. You've shared those lessons to others as well, so that they can see the beauty that they are at too, right? As well. As well, as well, as well. Huh? What is that for you? Look at those changes. Did you kick and scream? How did they happen? How did they help you to be where you are now? Or are they not? How are they holding you back? Are you collecting all your fears and stories to keep the fear going? You're gathering those tales of victories and success that came easily when we got out of our own way. What is that for you, right? There is the unlimited potential in that dream time. How are we limiting ourselves? We limit ourselves. We have this inner knowing. What are you being called to do? What do you hold yourself back from? What do you hold yourself back from? Because, well, you know, maybe somebody said, you're not so great at that. Huh? What are you holding yourself back from? Because, hey, right? Whatever that is, what are we doing to ourselves here? What are we doing to ourselves here? Because we are all doing it to ourselves. Some way, shape, or form. No, we're leaving that right here. Because we can all get to this. This is that goal. We all have the ability to attain. Whatever we need, everything we need is already supplied for. It's tapping into that unlimited vision for us personally, and then for us as humanity. For us as a humanity whole. What is that inner knowing? Salmon doesn't go against it. Why am I going up this way? I'm not going to doubt myself. I'm just going to go. Right? Because we miss out. Oh, if we're not following that. Who's missing out on your stories? They need to hear your stories because they're going through something similar. See that somebody has gone through that. Somebody has come out the other end. This is possible. Well, we've had examples, people that have found their inner peace. Oh, throughout history, right? Gandhi, Buddhas, right? Getting in touch, taking responsibility, seeing past the illusions that are there. That's just where we're going through that east side. Again, repeating the east. Lesson needed to remove present limitation. That's the lesson we need to move to present limitation. Being grateful for what we got. Always. Always. Well, that's too much coming out. But that's why I'll take this one. That's what's on the top of it. The Emperor taking command for the good of all. Lesson needed to remove the present limitation. So if we're just thinking of ourselves, right? Starts within our family. So within ourselves, and it trickles out, creates that ripple effect, right? We're not in this alone. Okay? There is no human that knows it all. There is no human that is totally immune to the power and control or whatever that is. Well, unless you're Jesus, he was the only one that resisted temptation as far as history and stuff goes. Maybe. All right, look at the pictures in the back. We're all working together for the good of all. We're all humans. What we do affects the all. And we think we don't have effect on systems. But, you know, we need to find that again, right? Now I could think we're almighty powerful as our Creator, that we could destroy what Creator has created. No, it's not about in that form. form, and order. We see that Creator already does. And if we line up with that source of all, the source for all, as the Emperor, we line up our intentions for the good of all. And how do we know what's in the good of all? We've only got one little blip. We're only seeing from one perspective. That's our own perspective. And it's all filtered through our perceptions and our experiences and what we went through. We don't have the ultimate unlimited vision as our Creator does. We have these inner knowings that can help us keep going. We're not the all-knowing, all-powerful Creator, right? Let's tap into that. That's lesson needed to restore that trust, so we can trust in our Creator. If we have thought that, oh, He's done all the bad stuff, everything has gone wrong, it's all God's fault. It's all God's fault, right? God did this to me, and God is punishing us, or whatever that is for you. And 3. 3 with that one again, okay? Eagle to flyers. You free yourself to fly with the eagles. This is the lesson needed to restore. We need to pray, to have that higher picture. And even if we don't understand it, we know, we can trust that it is in divine and perfect order, that it will work out for the best of all, right? We have a bountiful harvest. Are we hoarding that? Is that our storehouse where we're hoarding and everything goes rotten because we don't have a chance to eat it? Or are we sharing it out? We're bringing that to be spread around to the community. There's the care center that's going to distribute to all the food banks, or whatever need is that, right? Or maybe we're going and we're sharing. Here, we're bringing our cucumbers because somebody's got some tomatoes. Whatever that is for you, right? We do that self-reflection. We're all responsible for in that. Are you lining up with the Almighty, and are you sharing? Are you sharing your wares? Are you sharing your gifts? Or are you hoarding them away? It's that self-reflection. You can't reflect in anybody else and what they're doing and what their reasons are, right? It's the high priestess too, the seeker of the light within. We need to find that within ourselves and then share that out. We all have that connection to that source, right? Our prayers go up, embracing the unknown that, right, we all have enough to go around. There's always, always, always enough to go around. And are we seeing we are a reflection of that great mystery too? We are a part of it all. We are not separate from it. We are part of nature as well. Man is nature. It's a man versus nature. Man is nature. Man is part of creation. Man is not the creator. Man is creative, but not the creator. We must not, let's return to that innocence in that. And if we've been betrayed, look at how we've placed trust in something that was not that great mystery, that was not the Spirit. We trusted in man, in a selfish man, right? Thinking about themselves. And it's not just about survival. They're doing progress. It's about, souvenirs or whatever that is. It's not about survival or sovereignty, whatever. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of lots going in there. Sort that out for yourself. So this is the lesson needed to find the personal truths, right? Points out the lesson needed to find your person may also imply there is a limitation you have put on yourself regarding your ability to know what is right for you. Say knowing what is right for us, for our own selves. How can we know what's right for somebody else if we haven't tapped in to our own selves, right? That's that diversion. That's that one that's sitting up by itself. That's the one we are taking. Look at major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, another major arcana over here. Spirit is so with us. We disconnect. But we can't really because you're still living. So you haven't completely disconnected from source because that's our life. It animates that spirit. Earth sustains us. Spirit gives us life and protection. Right? It's that complete immersion. 1221. See, that's a reflections, looking at it in a different angle, right? Flipping it around. The Hanged Man in the original deck, complete immersion, the vision quest fulfilled. We take that deep dive inside. Lesson needed to find the personal truth. We need to look at ourselves. That deep look at ourselves, within ourselves. What is our purpose? How have we align that for the good of all? Or are we just thinking about our own selves and what we want, all the material stuff that we want, the life we want to live, but if we're not considering anything else outside of that? What is that for you? Are you diverting yourself from what's the truth, right? Because, hey, sometimes it's not what we want to hear, right? So we need to get over that. Sometimes it's not what we want to hear, but it's what we need. It's about what we need. Might not be what we want to hear, but it's definitely what we need. 1, 2. Complete immersion into who we are. Well, okay. Ow, 51. This is a really long one, but this is a very important one. Very important for us to be able to tap into our own inner peace inside here. Let me see, will that just complete immersion. The vision quest refilled. We need to see in a different way. This was restoring our personal truth. Lesson needed to find that personal truth. We need to look inside. Look at things in a different way, from a different perspective, and not just get hooked on seeing things in one way, and then that's the right way. There's no other way. Right? Okay, and then the North. Lesson needed to acknowledge personal gifts. That we need to transform this shit. Because our traumas, can't look at it now when we're going through them. Sometimes they're gifts because we can help somebody else. Maybe they won't have to go through like we had to go through to learn these lessons, to learn how to transmute that waste, right? To be a keeper of that earth, right? That source that maintains us. Earth is our source. Recycle waste. We work with the systems in there that sustains us, that sustains themselves. Right? And we need the snakes, the mice, the rodents. We need it all. Everything is important and part of these cycles, and that's why it works and has been working long before us humans got here. And will continue working long after we're gone. Because that's the divine intelligence. Perfect order in the madness, it seems. I don't know, what is that all saying to you? Last one, the Sacred Mountain card. Lesson needed to find personal freedom. Oh. Okay, 2 on that one. Harmony and balance. This is the Strength card in the traditional deck. This is the healing, the power. We are all connected. See, woman is the giver of the life. Man's the life protector. All is needed. So we need to live in harmony with all and healing, that we are separate from that. Man separates themselves. Humans separate themselves. Put ourselves above all. We are not. Gathering together. We need to come together. We need each other. Yeah, we do. And we need our source. We need it all in balance and harmony. This is how we get there. We're all responsible for our own healing, for healing that little within that fell for the illusions, that was abused by others who were caught up in the illusions too. That I need to control you, right? We need to control our children. We need to teach self-control and self-discipline. Why take away what God has given? We can't take away people's free wills. That was a gift from our Creator. What is that all saying to you? Oh, I've got Charlie horses in my legs. Wow, that's a very powerful sacred mountain spread. Balance, like, is it not being said enough? Spirit, spirit, spirit. The major arcana is where spirit, the major life lessons, right? The restoration of nature's balance. And that's what we need. Restoring nature's balance, and man taking their place in nature as part of nature. Not as, pierce that shield that we're in control. Holy, holy, holy. Holy reading here. Yep, look at that spirit. All in there. It's all in there. We need to have that balance. And how do we get that? Well, if we get in touch with that inner wisdom in all of us. It's all there. We all have that gift for our purpose to see. To see. Ow. Excuse. Everything just falls all over, right? We're going through that transformation. That was up there before now, wasn't it? Yep. Taking that vision. We're restoring that balance. Bringing back form and order for the good of all. Right? Piercing that is shield. The shield pierced. Thunderbird rises. Right? This is the tower. That means those beliefs. Something's coming in. Well, of course. What? We have a pandemic. We have something that's going to wake us up and see. Okay, these ones want an honorable mention, right? Tapping into that unlimited potential. Opening up to the miracle, right? Earth connection and an empowerment. And we're not trying to have power over. We're just seeing who we are. We're being who we are and who God made us to be. That 11 is in that balance. That's how we restore that balance. That's how we restore that balance. We all be who we were meant to be, who Creator made us to be. And we tap into that. We open up into the miracles that we can help create. God designed us to help create, or whatever you want to call it. Please don't get hooked up on the words. We do. We get so hooked up. And so many things can mean the same things. You can say the same thing in so many different ways, right? Or the tones, right? A tone can come out and trigger us. Let's not get hooked up in that, right? Know who we are. Be who Creator made you to be, fully holy and a true. Wow. Wowies. 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 Like, this is just amazing. We're shining our truth. We are all worthy. We are all worthy. Yes. Yes, we are. Anyways, we're going to leave it like that. Okay. So, beautiful beings, have a wonderful, blessed day. I love you all so much. Look at that. That center. That rites of passion. There is change. Things got to change. There's the wisdom. So, the 11s. Look at all that wisdom we have here. Whoopsies. All right, Dancer. Look at all that. Wow, we got this, peoples. We've got this. We got this. So, look at it any time that you like. If you got your own card, you wanted to try this again for yourself and have a personal message in there. Like that says, it is a working spread. Because as we evolve and learn more, right, that wisdom changes, that inner knowledge changes, and maybe it's something else that's blocking us. Oh, well, because we figured out this was blocking us, we got that out of the way, but now there's something else that steps in and is diverting us, and can't put our finger on that. So that's why it's like a working spread. Okay, what's holding me back now? How am I holding myself back now? Again, see, it's all looking within. And Spirit's with us through it all. Oh my God, major arcanas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcanas. 7 major arcanas. right? You who have the tarot know what that means, right? The major arcana is their major life lessons. The minor arcana, these little guys here, is like the daily, every